Coronavirus. Can you catch it? Let's find out with this questionnaire. Seemingly overnight, the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the course of the near future. Have you ever wondered what the world would look like in the next 20 years? Scientists all over the world are working relentlessly towards developing a vaccine. Till then, how do we learn to coexist with this virus? After conducting over few case studies and consulting with health professionals, we have come up with a questionnaire that'll help decide how prone you are to catching the virus post the lockdown. So here are the instructions for this test. You will be presented with 15 questions. Each question will be followed with 3 options to choose from. Choose the answer that best suits you. For every option you will get a certain number of points. Add them up at the end of the quiz to know the chances of you catching the virus post the lockdown. So are you ready with your pen and paper? Before you start, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on this notification bell to view all updates from the roadside. Let's get started. Question number 1. What age group do you fit in? A. Below 18 years. B. 19 to 40 years. C. Above 40 years. If you went for option A, write down 20 points. If you went for option B, write down 10 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 2. What is your family structure type? A. Nuclear family. B. Extended family. C. You live by yourself or with a group of friends. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 3. How do you exercise? A. Exercise at a gym or at fitness class. B. Exercise at home. C. Do not exercise at all. If you went for option A, write down 30 points. If you went for option B, write down 10 points. If you went for option C, write down 20 points. Question number 4. How often do you wash your hands in a day? A. Between 2 to 5 times a day. B. Between 5 to 8 times a day. C. More than 8 times. If you went for option A, write down 30 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 10 points. Question number 5. How would you describe your lavatory facility? A. Private toilet, personal toilet. B. Multi-user toilet, within the family. C. Communal toilet, within a settlement. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 6. How often do you catch a cold or a fever, or how often do you feel sick? A. Between 0 to 3 times a year. B. Between 4 to 6 times a year. C. More than 6 times a year. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 7. How would you describe your eating habit? A. Fuel eater, this is clean eating. It means that you're consuming foods that support your body and its needs. B. Fun eater, this means that you're all in for the flavor and only the flavor. You're eating foods that don't give you anything back, such as cake, wine, potato chips, etc. C. Binge eater, this means that you've lost both time and control over our eating pattern. Most people turn to binge eating when they feel too overwhelmed by emotion or feel nothing at all. It's just a way to keep you going. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 8. How often do you socialize with your friends? A. Between 0 to 3 times a month. B. Between 4 to 6 times a month. C. More than 6 times a month. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 9. How often do you go shopping or to the movies? A. Between 0 to 3 times a month. B. Between 4 to 6 times a month. C. More than 6 times a month. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 10. What are the vices you possess? A. Smoking. B. Alcohol. C. None of the above. If you went for option A, write down 30 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 10 points. Question number 11. What is your mode of transport while commuting to your workplace, school or college? A. Public transport like the train, metro or bus. B. Private vehicle like a car or bike. C. Semi-private services such as Uber, taxi or an auto rickshaw. If you went for option A, write down 30 points. If you went for option B, write down 10 points. If you went for option C, write down 20 points. Question number 12. How would you describe the nature of your work? A. Involves a lot of traveling. B. Purely a desk job. C. Involves both of the option A and B but in moderation. If you went for option A, write down 30 points. If you went for option B, write down 10 points. If you went for option C, write down 20 points. Question number 13. How many people do you come in close contact with on a daily basis? A. Between 1 to 15. B. Between 16 to 40. C. Between 41 to more. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 14. How often do you order food from a restaurant? A. Between 0 to 4 times a month. B. Between 5 to 8 times a month. C. More than 8 times a month. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Question number 15. How many out-of-town business trips do you make in a month? A. Between 1 to 2. B. Between 3 to 4. C. More than 4. If you went for option A, write down 10 points. If you went for option B, write down 20 points. If you went for option C, write down 30 points. Are you ready to find out your score? The results are in. If you scored between 150 to 250 points, it's unlikely that you'll catch the virus. You're disciplined in the way you live. You work towards staying healthy, which in turn strengthens your immune system and helps you stay fit. Folks who are physically fit are equipped to combat sickness and stress. However, you mustn't forget that anything done in moderation is never too dangerous. You are allowed to treat yourself to a few cheat days. If you scored between 250 to 350 points, there's a 50 to 50 chance that you'll be prone to the virus sooner or later. You find inspiration in the many things around you and are constantly setting out goals for yourself. Your every New Year's resolution starts with joining the gym to get in shape. The only thing that stands between your resolution and you is your laziness. So your task is to find one healthy routine and make sure you stick with it. You can eventually work your way up from there. If you scored above 350 points, you're keeping yourself quite exposed to this deadly virus. You might have to make tremendous changes to your lifestyle now in this new normal. You definitely have a huge social circle that gives you more reason to get together from time to time. There might even be times when you'll feel suffocated by these safety protocols. So your task is to take these times as a challenge to get over some of many things you'd find hard to give up on or even start with otherwise. Keep reminding yourself, the better you cooperate with the post-lockdown guidelines, the faster your life gets back to normalcy. To summarize it all, there's no need to panic if your score says you're more prone to catching the virus. There are millions of ways in which one can build their immune system to be resilient, or in other words, negate your score. The intention behind the video isn't to scare you but to spread awareness so that you maintain the safety protocols even post-lockdown. Avoid doing things that'll put you at risk, such as crowded places and unhealthy eating practices. Social distancing is now a part of the new normal. There will be many such protocols to follow. Take some time out to exercise for a bit. Eat clean. And get enough sleep. Your health is your biggest asset. On the other hand, if your score tells you that you're relatively less prone to catching the virus, do not take that as a win. In no way does that make you immune. You are still required to follow the safety measures post-lockdown. Lastly, the most important option that everyone is expected to choose is option D. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay hydrated. And most importantly, have faith. Have faith in the system. Have faith in others around you. Together we can fight this through and emerge from it victorious. Till then, we hope you enjoyed taking the quiz and look forward to knowing your score. Let us know in the comment section below. If you found this video interesting, then don't forget to like and share. For more videos, please subscribe to The Roadside.